Alrighty. Ready to go? Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Sir, feel free to sit down in the swingy chair. It's, only reserved for the really important people. Well then, team, be it a pivot or a pirouette, we've all had to do plenty of that over the course of the last year, and it is, of course, the reason why we are here. A very good evening to you all, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine evening in Melbourne. On behalf of Bob, Sonny, Tony, and the team at Hardcourt, my name is Andy. I'd like to formally welcome you all to today's affairs. It is fabulous to see you here. Thank you so much for giving us your time and attention in advance on a Friday night. But for one of you, hopefully, it's going to be bloody well worth it. With the purchase of this fabulous apartment here at 151 to 153 Huntingdale Road in amazing Ashwood. Now, let us kick things off by bringing your attention to the contract. You'll be pleased to hear it is crystal clear in its nature and as such is unconditional and has no calling off period. Path to ownership rather straightforward. In providing that we get ourselves over our vendor's reasonable reserve price, we'll be asking you to do one of two things. Firstly, put pen to paper acknowledging the terms of the contract and, of course, pay that slender 10% of the final purchase price. Ownership officially will be yours in a very flexible 30, 60 or 90 days, unless agreed prior with that man sat right there. Land is described at Lot 5 on Plan of Subdivision 706-596C, Volume 11930, Folio 164, which of course is known much more simply to you and I as G05 of 151 to 153, Huntingdale Road in Ashwood. Responsible authority, our great friends at the City of Monash, zoning, general residential. Now, the conduct will be done in accordance with Schedule 1 of the Sale of Land Regulations 2014 and any other special conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of this call. The auctioneer permits the making of vendor bids on behalf of the vendor, prohibits the making of vendor bids by anybody other than myself, of course, at which point I will simply say vendor bid, then I'll indicate bids upon your counter request. Person cannot falsely claim or acknowledge that he or she made a bid, and the law prohibits a person from hindering bidding or causing a major disruption to the auction. Not that should be an issue gauging by everybody that's here. Pretty sure you're all lovers, not fighters. Now, as the auctioneer may make one or more bids on behalf of the vendor and may refuse any bid and may determine the amounts by which the bidding may be advanced. I'm doing that for your benefit, buyers. It's my job to get you to your destination as quickly and safely as possible. May refer the bid to the vendor before the conclusion of the auction. In the event of disputes, I will simply resubmit the property for sale again at the last undisputed bid. Now, friends, last 2 points are pretty critical, okay, so please pay attention. Firstly, I cannot accept any bidder offer for the property after it has been knocked down unless, of course, vendor or successful bidder refused to sign that contract following the auction. And finally, of course, we've got ourselves a reserve price. We're not in the business of just giving the property away, but pretty reasonable if you ask me, given the locale, given the quality, given the positioning within the building. So, hopefully, should not pose too much of a concern. Conduct, everything. Contracts been on display for the last few weeks. Does anybody have any final burning questions before we get underway? None at all? Happy to rock and roll? Fabulous. All right, let's crack on. Now, we don't have to think too far back to remember and be reminded of what it feels like to be penned in. When we get that greater appreciation for certain things that we took for granted for quite some time. We appreciated the room. Here you go. We appreciated the room to relax in, to chill out in, as well as work. We appreciated having the space to breathe and feel that we're not quite hemmed in. We appreciated the things that were contained within our 5-kilometre radius. Well, believe it or not, Captain Dan has probably served us with a bit of a benefit because it helps to highlight quite why this one is that little bit nicer than most. The indoor-outdoor nature of this dwelling gives you that sense of freedom, that sense of space. The nice big bedrooms allow for business empires to continue their rise. And all of the parks, Chaddy, golf courses, you name it, within this 5 kilometre radius. Hello, gang. Hello, team. No, don't you apologise. If you ask Sonny, you're wearing the right colour as well. My friends, within that 5 kilometre radius, we are all plentifully reminded as to why Ashwood is seen as one of those hidden gems. My friends, I'm really looking forward to working with you. Let us work together. Hopefully bring this thing to an outcome that everybody's going to be happy with. All the very best of luck over the course of the next 10 to 15 minutes. Let us not stand up for a session. We know why we are here. Who wants to get things going? Set the benchmark with an opening bidder offer for this fabulous ground floor apartment here in Ashwood. We have got a bottle of Dutch Courage for that opening bidder. Feel free to crack it open. Once you've got the contract, it tastes a little bit nice, I promise. Start me off, gang. Just think of it as a negotiation. Like that Sound 80s song says, I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Let us crack on. Who wants to get me going with their opening bidder offer, gang? Start wherever you wish. Even if you want to start at a round even $500,000 to get things going at a sociable level, I think that would be quite an appropriate way to begin. But our man studying the contract, studying the paperwork pretty hard there. He got that right close to his face, bless him. Friends at the back, just because you arrived late doesn't mean you can't take this thing away from the people that were here on time. Start wherever you wish, friends. 450. Oh, gosh. I wasn't expecting a shot to the pills. I wasn't expecting a shot to the pills on a Friday night at 4:50. That's where we begin. Welcome in. Thank you for breaking the ice for me, my dear. I do appreciate it in all earnest. Let's go in rises of 10 or 20, I think. I reckon 10 or 20K rise from here is a nice, easy process, I would believe. At 450, dead centre, 4.5. There's your opening gambit. It's not going to be where we end, though, I can assure you of that. At 450, opening bid for this wonderful 2-bedroom ground floor apartment. You've got the car park under the basement there, storage cage as well, so plenty of places to park all your belongings if needs be. Ashwood, my friends, we were here just last Saturday, weren't we, Bob? And there was a huge crowd. Huge crowd. And what that says to me, gang, is that everybody's starting to find out about Ashwood. It is one of those hidden places that hardly anybody tends to talk about. But when everybody does arrive here, they realize why it is so damn good. 450 opening gambit, I'll call it for the first time. We need not play poker faces here, friends. We're all here because we want to try and get this place. We all made changes to our diaries, to our lives, in order to accommodate Captain Dan's changes on the States. 450. Who wants to say 470 for me now? Twice the call at 450. I'll take it there myself, just as a fair warning. I'll take it there myself if we need to see no better bid, but I'd rather you guys take the show, not me. At 450K, unless you want to go 470 and beat me to it. At 450K, though, third chance to dance at this party. Sunny with her glad rags on. She's ready to go. 450K. Someone say 470 for me there, please. Yes or yes. Let me know now. Speak now, or I'll take it there myself if I need to. Rather not, though. My money's no good here. Yours certainly is at 400. Oh, geez, we put the mask on. Now we're really mean business, right? Jeepers. You know what, though? It's actually made auctioneering that little bit harder when we can't see facial expressions. It does make it a little bit harder. 450K, third call. What do we say, gang? Someone beat me to the punch, please, now. I'd rather not steal the show at 450. All right, then, my dear. 470, I take it, and I'll ask you for 490 back. 470K now sits with me, my friend. So power is up for grabs, team. At 470K, someone take it to 490. Think of it as a live negotiation, like I mentioned in the past. Just because we've got you guys here doesn't mean we haven't got interest after the event if needs be. Needless to say, team, we were expecting more bidders here tomorrow. Now, a couple of them couldn't make it. Poor for them, great for you. But you've got to make it count. We'll say that in all seriousness.
471.
We ain't going to go 471, my dear. Look, as much as I love your company, I wouldn't want to be here with you until next Friday, 471, all right? Though we have got interest after the event, in all seriousness. They just couldn't make it here today, okay? Because of obviously the changes that have gone on.
So you wanting to sell it today?
We would like to sell it today, but we ain't going to sell it at 471, though, sir, as I'm sure you can appreciate. So take me to 490 there, my dear, because ultimately...
So we're the only ones bidding.
Right now...
480?
But we've got people here. I'll go 480. Yeah, no problem. 480. I'll take it. 480k. Smart move. Let's not be combative, sir. Rather, we work together as a team at $480,000.
We seem to be bidding with you.
Yes, you are, but you're not bidding with me. I'm just here to facilitate the dreams of one and another.
I think we should bid with other people.
$480,000 where we sit. It's not where we stay, though, my friends. At 480, a show of intent, though, which is nice to see. At $480,000, I'll call you for the first time. At 480, she's chopped me down to 10k. Should be an easy entry fee at this sort of level. At $480,000 sitting with you, my dear. At 480, first call at 480. Your last chance to party for 5 days, and you're spending it with me. What does that tell you? I either told you that you're about as trendy as me, or you've got an intent to get ahead in property. I reckon it's the latter. At 480,000, once per chance to dream, twice is the go. At 480 of your finest Australian, who do we go to next at 480k, sir? You've kept rather tight-lipped there, sitting all on his lonesome at 480k. 480. Add 3 more noughts to it, and that's where we sit for the third time. My friend, you arrived late, you spoiled my thunder, and now you're staying there quiet. What's that all about? What's that all about? In all seriousness, $480,000 with my young lady over here now. She's played an astute game thus far. But we've got to negotiate that a little bit further. It seems like you're bidding against me, but you're not. Ultimately, I've got a reserve that we need to try and come towards, all right? So I'm going to go to 490 now myself on a vendor bid. Look, sir, it sounds confusing. It sounds a little bit...
No, it's not confusing, but I think if we're the only bidders, we should negotiate.
But you're not the only interested party, and that's one thing.
You're not selling today.
As much... Oh, look, if the price is right, of course we are. But unfortunately, we ain't going to sell today for rock bottom pick. We need to sell in the market that we're in, which is a very hot one. Rest assured, it is a very hot one. And look, after the event, we want you to win tonight. But ultimately, we need to get as much as we can for our vendor as well. So we've got to get a fair deal here. 490, it sits with me now on a vendor bid. And the only reason why I'm being that bullish, my friends, is because we know we have interest after the event. At 490k. Welcome, sir. Jeepers. Jeepers, my well-dressed polo shirted friend there. Kept quiet, kept me hanging. 500, there's your competition there at 500k. Second face in the race now, 510.
505.
505. Just because you've worked with me, I will work with you at $505,000. 510, sir. At 505, sitting here. 505 of your finest now, my friends. 510. 520 is that? Ooh, cheeky, like it. At 520. 520. What say you now, my dear? I'm happy to work with you. You've been perfectly sociable. 25 the call at 5 1/4 bid with my young lady here now at 525. Working rather well. Well done. $525,000. 540, he says. 540. I wonder if that's Eddie McGuire on the other end of that phone there, because whoever it is giving you money by the looks of it, and not dinner. 540k. We get to the pointy end now, my friends. At $540,000, I am hesitant to get involved now at 540. I'm hesitant to get involved at 540. $540,000, it still represents great value when we're seeing some of the sales results over the last few weekends. Median house price across Australia rose by 5.6% last year. 4.1 of it was in the last quarter. Everybody's coming out to play. It ain't stopping. If you're looking at getting it as an investment, then you've got to get on board now, because this train of opportunity is going to fly. It really will. You wait wait till next week. Hopefully, I'll touch some wood. Hopefully, we're allowed back out. And we'll get to rock and roll again. And this will not even be a concern to us. I'm not trying to be big-headed. I'm just trying to impress upon you the importance of taking advantage of this situation. Because it ain't going to come along that much more often. 540 once with you, sir. It ain't going to come along. You know next weekend's going to be chaos again. Twice. Fortune favours the brave.
It's not on the market yet?
Not quite, sir. Not quite. Not quite. But now's not the time to procrastinate. Pole position is the only place that you have any power. I ain't going to take it away from the highest bidder now. All right? Twice. Friends at the rear, lady in red, come and dance with me at $540,000. Thrice the call, sir. If you're an astute investor, you know what's happening in the market just as much as I do. Now's not the time to sit on your hands. Now's the time to come and wave at Mr. Auctioneer. 540. Thrice the chance to party at 540. What do you reckon? I'm not going to interject from here. So if you're the highest bidder, you at the very least are going to get to have a chat to a vendor, if not buy the property. I'm not going to interject. 540, sitting at the rear. What do we reckon? 540. What do you reckon? Just 5 for each inch. 5 for each inch. Even if you go 541, I'll probably take that. Because look, at the end of the day, I want to give you the opportunity because you made the effort to be here, right? So I'm trying to be as helpful as I possibly can.
Okay, 541.
Good work. Great stuff. 541 it is. At 541, well done. All right? Well done. 541K it is, and it's not where we stay, maybe. Who knows? But I promise you, you have my word, I will not go above you myself. All right? 541 the call.
545.
Didn't even let me finish. 45 it is. We've changed the crossing of the legs. That's enough of a giveaway for me. You can cover your face, but I've got quite good at body language, right? Well, it's the benefit of having 2 police officers as parents. 545 sitting at the rear now. 545 sitting at the rear, and we're getting towards the pointy end of this one, my friends. So make sure you don't get prodded and you don't get poked because it might draw blood. All right, 545 once. Just relax. We've got a bit of time. Relax. 545 twice. My friends, I don't know whether I need to be appreciative or just feel sorry for you because you've come and you've sat there, stood there, and nothing's happening. You know, I appreciate the attention, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I'd rather you leave here having partaken in the action. Twice at 545. Breathe, team. Breathe. Just here to help. Thrice. 545K. Where do we go to from here? Bobby's ran in. That says something. There's a little hint here. All right. At 545. What do we say again? $545,000 all done. I reckon we take a half-time break at that point. Have a think. You're going to need to think hard though, because pretty much all but guarantee. Back in the market next week, you're going to be paying more money. 545 is where we sit. Bear with me 2 seconds, Steve. All right, then, team. 5:45 is where we sit, right in front of me here. I am absolutely certain that I am not going to interview. All right? There is no chance of me getting involved now. We are achingly close as well to where our vendor is happy to come to terms. Okay? So, 5:45, we're going to give it 3 chances. One more bit. Could give you the cherry on top, could give you the opportunity, could give you the sale, depending on how big it is. 5:45 though, and I will not be doing anything else except counting to 3. Big call now. Time to go. Once. At 5:45. Even a cheeky half K. Look, at the end of the day, I'm cheap day. All right? I'm a cheap day. All right? It's a tough call, but all we're doing is buying time now, right? This is what we're doing. We're buying time. A bit more valuable than money. That's what we're doing. $500 could get you back in front. Sir, bear with me. Patience is a virtue. Thank you for your time. I promise I'll do the same for you when it comes to your turn. All right? I promise I'll do the same. Team in the corner. Now's the time. Strike late. Come from around the bend. Once, twice. At 545, my friend here. You looked rather astute, rather deft. 545, twice. At 545. Bob's gone in again. That makes me nervous. Provide you a little bit of commentary on the way. $545,000 for this 2-bedroom Ashwood apartment, fabulous outdoor space, very little maintenance, which is what I like to see because I'm the least green-fingered person on the planet. 545 thrice at $545,000. Just a half K rise could take it all the way. Who knows? If you don't know, if you don't try, you don't know. $545,000, all done, finished in a way. Just waiting for Bobby to come back out at $545,000. What did we say, ladies? What are we going to play or no? Not for another $500 rise. Another $500 rise. It might be all it takes. Who knows? 545. Team at the back, just confirm for me that you are not going to be interested. Thank you very much, sir. At the rear, looks like you've won pole position at $545,000. All done. 5 of 131 to 135, Huntingdale Road. Here in Ashwood. Thank you so much for your bidding. Feel free to lie to me though if you want. At 545, I'm not easily offended, right? At $545,000. Bob's just doing one final walk around, sir, with you now. Last chance to dance at $545,000. My friends, ladies and gentlemen, $100. Sir, I'm just doing it. It's all money to me. It's all money to me. One green note. Just lay it on top. You thought about it before you shook your head. Means there's a degree of doubt in there somewhere. $545,000. That's what we're playing for. 545, all done. Exclusive rights, pole position with our gentleman right here. We see no better bid, all done. Finished and away. Friday night auction action. It was well worth it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. $545,000. We merely pressed pause on the progress of this sale. Thank you so much for joining us and getting involved. Really appreciate it. On behalf of Bob, Sonny, and the team at Hardcourse First, hopefully we'll help you out some other time. All right, gang. All the best of luck, sir, for your negotiation. Okay? All the very best of luck. Thank you very much, team. All the best. Solid bit of action. Got some negotiating to do, but lots of action, which is really good.